Peace, y'all. This is Views from the Seven Podcast. This is your guy, Spence. I'm joined with my homeboys, Ivan.
What's good?
S.O.
Yes, sir.
Skinny is, he's getting his hair done right now, man. On some cute shit, you feel me? Big B Day coming up.
Okay.
Big B. Big B for the big B.
Right.
We got wifey in the building.
Ew.
Hey man, me, Ivan, and Mike, man, we was in here listening to some country.
Country, yeah. Good time. I'm not mad at country music though.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna look something up.
You gonna go? You
I
gonna
need
go,
some shit though. Not Sweet Home Alabama though.
What about Alan Jackson?
Well, I don't know none of them niggas.
Way down yonder on the Tallahatchie. You don't know about that? That's my shit.
He said they started today.
Oh, they just started today?
Nah,
Okay,
I
keep it
know
time.
a few
My
joints.
girl.
I know a few joints,
My
but I'm not
girl,
into it like that.
don't lie to me.
But so you from
Yeah,
like,
that's
the
why I
country,
know
though.
Tallahatchie.
But I need that shit though. Like I need like.
Give me a minute.
He told me to check out Johnny Cash because I
Johnny
want
Cash
like
a good one.
I want like
Country
I
soul.
want that real white like brotherless hungish.
You want like grimy country
Aggressive
music?
shit.
Yeah, he wants some
Yeah, like
authentic.
yeah.
You want some Clans music?
Yeah, I'm about to say you did.
No,
that.
not like
Oh.
not like not
Clan
that
soundtrack.
Not that
That's
far, but
exactly
like
Oh no.
you know what I mean.
Give
That
me a
heart,
minute.
that heartbroken. I might put you in the wall type shit.
Damn. Like you want the country Drake.
Lie to me.
Ike. He want the country Ike.
Okay.
Yeah, when she asked him why all his music started to sound the same.
Oh man.
He beat the fuck out of her. Shit. He beat the fuck out of her. Shit, that's fucked up. Cause she asked him, all she asked him was, why the music sound the same, man. That's crazy. Right now, all the music sound the same.
Allegedly, because they said that movie wasn't.
Yeah. I'm only
100%.
talking about the
Yeah.
movie.
What movie?
What's
What's
love?
love got to do with it?
I think that's my introduction to domestic violence in a real way. Beat the fuck out of her, bro.
Maybe.
And then that one scene, he was like, I said, God damn, they even the end of the movie.
I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you.
That coke dick is crazy.
Right.
That might be mine too though.
That was my introduction to like, damn, niggas be in their bitches like that.
I
Man,
never-
y'all
'cause I
y'all
never
didn't
seen
watch
Cover.
Purple Rain before then?
Purple Rain?
Yeah, when Prince
Why would we
parents.
do that?
Damn.
Yeah, I've never seen Purple Rain. I'm kind of cool.
Oh wow.
I want to do Prince in like 5-minute intervals.
I like Little Red Corvette though, where they play that shit on the Hot 5 at noon, shit like that.
Little Red Corvette get you going.
I like Little Red Corvette and
Right.
When Doves Cry.
Raspberry Beret had me in the chokehold for a minute. I ain't gonna lie, and I don't know why. I just went through like a Raspberry Beret phase. I was just singing that song constantly.
Like on purpose?
Yeah, just I like the most annoying song stay in your head, and you just be singing it like Sexy Red music.
Yeah.
Like,
I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember what it was, and it was just they was talking about him a little bit.
guy.
Prince's career was kind of up and then down.
He didn't want to conform.
But a lot of this shit started getting weird. And then he started rapping,
I mean, we
He
see
was
that.
rapping.
Rapping weird.
like on the album.
Was it the Batman?
The
song?
Batman? I mean, the Batman
No,
shit.
no, when he like, it was some other shit. I forgot what it was, but I didn't like him on Batman. Like that was the worst part of that movie. I keep telling you that.
No, it was not.
The music, come on, man.
That's that.
Yeah.
No,
Diamonds and Pearls didn't get y'all going.
Kind of cool.
Oh my god.
Joker getting ready to poison the city, and this nigga. Get this bitch ass
Party
shit out here.
man.
No, we need
That's
some
my shit.
seriousness.
That was Jim Carrey, my probably biggest fail.
Jim Carrey wasn't in that Batman.
Are you sure?
He wasn't in the first Batman.
No, he was in.
He was in like the
Riddler
third one, the Riddler.
third
The
one.
Riddler.
We don't.
That's the one with Prince on it.
No,
No,
Prince is in the
Prince
first one
is
with
in the
Michael
first
Keaton.
one.
With Jack Nicholson playing
He
the
did
Joker.
the
He
entire-
did the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Prince, I think
Prince did the entire
Prince
soundtrack.
Wasn't Prince in the Batman movie?
In the Jim Carrey one,
Yes.
he probably had a scene, but he didn't do the soundtrack.
don't know
I just
about
remember
that
from
one.
Prince doing the soundtrack.
We don't recognize those.
Yeah, that don't count.
Yeah,
With
they-
Val
yes,
Kilmer.
you do.
Oh, we do. We do Batman, 89 Batman,
Batman
Batman
2.
Returns, boom, 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 boom.
Then you go right to Dark Knight.
Dark
We
Knight.
go right to Dark Knight.
He's in the first
We
one.
forget Batgirl. We forget all that shit.
He was in
No.
the first one.
Oh, okay. Ivan. Well, yeah, we get to it. We get to it in a minute. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man.
Whew.
Got on my 40.
I'm doing. I got you. First of all, I text you the day of the game.
Yeah.
You never responded.
I ain't get that text, bro.
Listen. I pay mine.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
We
It's all
was-
good.
We was in a group chat, and I was like, man, y'all pouring it on, bro, man. Y'all kind of leave Roll alone,
It's
man.
always the nigga with the worst team that got the most to say though.
man,
That is the
They
part
always
that
be the
kills me.
loudest.
Like, why are you
Always.
even talking about football? Like, did you see what your team did?
Because y'all Super Bowl drought win is longer than ours.
I didn't know he was
About a year.
I didn't know he was 0-3 in a recent 0-3.
Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was behind the 28. Was it 28-3?
Yeah, he was the offensive coordinator.
Jesus.
That's how I was talking. Me and my son was talking about that. I'm like, I don't think people realize. Well, you were young. You don't realize how bad it was. At halftime, niggas was leaving. They was showing niggas leaving at halftime of that game.
Oh, nigga, we was on the
Super
internet.
Bowl?
Yeah.
Yes, they
That
was
Super
beating.
Bowl was
They was beating the
third
shit out
quarter.
of the Patriots. By halftime,
Oh, you talking about Atlanta Patriots?
yes.
Okay,
Atlanta.
okay.
At halftime, they was showing niggas leaving. I was like, nigga, where the party at? It's
Yeah.
up tonight.
We was online.
Oh, yeah,
Jokes
that
and
was-
everything. The
that was
Tom Brady
terrible.
defeated the internet.
Yeah.
They was beating the shit out of
He
the
beat the
Patriots.
internet.
I know how that feels. So. I know how that feels. So when my Spurs was playing Miami,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know how that feels, boy. They was bringing it. They
Yeah, I
you
forgot
could
about
see them
that.
roping it off. They
Yup.
brought the trophy out.
Yup.
Motherfuckers was leaving. Like overtime, they was showing motherfuckers trying to run back into the building, but they had locked the doors.
I remember that.
And that's what they get.
That is what you get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because why you're not supposed to leave till the end anyway. So
And I'm a LeBron fan, boy. I was cussing them out and everything, boy. Them
Man, that
last
shit
3
is
minutes, and they came back.
Heart.
That shit hurts. That shit hurts. It hurts, especially when you've been
My
in the lead the
God,
whole
yeah.
game. Like,
Yup.
oh,
It hurts me to even watch to this. I mean, because we came back and we beat the dog shit out of them the next day. I mean, the next year. That shit still. I to this day still get heartbroken when I see highlights.
I always get nervous though when I see like teams come out super hot at the the first half of the game because it's like, okay, you up now, but how are you gonna finish?
Yeah.
it's always the
Like,
adjustments.
how are you gonna
UNLV
finish?
last night.
Did they lost
They
last
played
night?
UNR. They lost. They was up the whole game. They tricked off the last 2 minutes of it.
It's always like that.
So as a fan, man, how was it?
Did you cry in the car?
I almost cried. I ain't gonna hold you. That was the first time. Like I don't know, cause it was right
Because
there.
you know it's coming.
It was right there.
joke's coming.
Not the jokes are coming, mind you. I ain't been talking shit all season. The only time I talk shit was when we played against the
Dallas.
Cowboys, of course. And then you and fucking K Fly started hitting me when we was down at halftime against the Lions. So niggas is hitting me early, like,
Yeah.
oh, like okay. So when we end up winning the game, oh yeah,
24
Mm-hmm.
and one in a shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So niggas was already talking to me that game. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So now I gotta get my shit off. But other than that, I kind of because I had high expectations for my team. So it was like to me it's a lot of times. I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of times I feel like niggas talking shit because you didn't believe from the beginning.
Yeah.
I believed in my team from jump. I knew we was gonna be in the position we were from Jump Street. So I don't need to talk shit because I really believe in my team.
Yeah.
And it felt like this was the year. We was up 10-7 at halftime. I'm like, we finally fucking figured it out.
I told you in the group chat, y'all fucking around. Y'all playing. It felt like y'all should have been up like 17-0.
Dude, McCaffrey got a fumble. I
On
ain't
the
never
fir-
seen
on-
that dude fumble.
I think that was his third of the year.
Yeah, he don't.
Your third fumble of the year just happened to fucking happen
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl.
But
Like,
still, without that, I felt like it should have been at least. It should have been at least.
We should have.
I should have won, to be honest.
we should have. But then what has happened with Kyle Shanahan, with the Falcons, and with us is he for whatever reason he can't make that third quarter adjustment. Whatever it was that got you to that position, you don't continue to do it.
Yeah.
So like you have Christian McCaffrey who was third in MVP voting and who had just won the Offensive Player of the Year for the NFL 3 days prior. Third quarter, you start running the ball completely.
It's like, why?
Why did
From
we do
a,
this?
from a fan without a dog in the fight. I felt like they kind of shut down. They kind of shut down the run,
No.
and then I felt like they kind of shut down the run. He got away twice. and then I feel like they kind of shut down the run, and then they said, okay, well, let me see how I feel. Let me see what you do with this ball in your hand. And when they start blitzing is when the game changed.
Oh, and then when old
in
boy
my opinion,
touched the fumble, touched the kick, punt
that
return.
was bad.
That's what fucked y'all up.
Yeah.
I felt it right there, like the momentum shifted.
And I didn't see that because
That was like
everybody
a
was
comedy.
focused on Beyonce.
Like a comedy of errors, kind of. But like this is what got us to this point. This is what has carried us all year. Like certain shit you can't get off without if the run game isn't strong. If you're solely dependent on your quarterback, there's only a few.
He
Patrick
missed a
Mahomes
lot
being one of
open
them.
Ayuk. My God, that was a touchdown.
Oh boy's putting pressure on us the whole game though.
Not the he started releasing the blitz like second half.
But if you ever go back and watch the game, every time you say, "Damn, he made a bad throw," old boy was right in his face every single time. Every bad throw Brock Purdy made in the game,
Yeah.
old boy was right there.
And then at
down.
the end, fourth quarter, if they just first down, was it the first down? First down? No, fourth quarter. I kept telling my kids, yeah, if they make this is it. This is over.
Yeah.
It would have been over. It wouldn't even been no overtime. Can't get the fourth down. And then I didn't know the rules either. I didn't know the rules changed like that.
A lot of people,
Really?
apparently everybody that's not in the NFL fucking knew the rule. Like, will you niggas get off this internet lying? Oh, nigga, I knew the rule. How they didn't know the rule? No, you fucking didn't.
I know the rules.
No, you did not.
No,
They
because
just changed it this year.
They just changed it
But-
this
but-
year.
I thought,
The other team get a chance to get the ball.
yeah, but it wasn't.
But-
It just changed this year though.
It just
but
changed
something
this year.
changed from the.
In the play, it just changed in the Super Bowl. This is a brand new rule. This is why the Chiefs say they knew it because they had several meetings about it. So everybody in the world knew about it, but the niggas who actually play football, get the fuck out of here. Will you niggas knock it off, bro? Stop it.
Oh, I hate when niggas turn into
Come on, man.
Bill Belichick on the internet,
And
man.
again, this is not a rule for the playoffs. This is a rule specifically for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is a brand new rule that just got rolled out this year that was specific for the Super Bowl.
So if they kick a field goal, they win. That's supposed to be the end of the game. No, the other team get the ball back.
No, that's not the rule change. Both teams are guaranteed unless the defense scores on the first possession. Both teams are guaranteed a possession in overtime.
But I thought even if the defense scored a touchdown, the other team get the ball. I mean,
No.
They explained
That's game over.
if the defense
In the regular season.
Oh,
even in the playoffs, like this is a rule that was specific for the Super Bowl. If both teams are guaranteed a possession, regardless of how they score, in the playoffs prior to if you score a touchdown, the game's over with. If the team that possesses the ball first scores a touchdown, the game is over with. The only time the other team is guaranteed a possession is if they get a turnover on downs or they kick a field goal. The change was both teams are guaranteed a possession unless the team that's on defense first scores a touchdown. Then the game's over with.
if they do a pick six, it's over with.
Pick six is
Yeah,
over with. Fumble, recovery, something like that.
So
game's
everybody
over with.
guaranteed the possession of the ball one time.
Yes, that was the rule change. And again, the Chiefs said we knew about it because we had several meetings about it in the 2 weeks prior. The 49ers didn't.
Y'all got a coach.
So how did absolutely we did. But how does everybody on the fucking internet know about this rule change except the niggas that played for millions of dollars?
Because we play
they're
Madden.
lying.
And then
Knock
they
it off.
fired, and then they fired the defensive coordinator, which I felt was not.
I gotta know what that is.
No.
It wasn't the defense the reason.
Yes. No, I mean the defense isn't the reason we lost the game, but this is the other conversation that's been happening all week. For those of us who are 49er fans who watch, we know that the defense was an issue all year.
It wasn't. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the reason.
That's not the reason we lost the game, and that's why most people are trying to put the blame on Kyle Shanahan. Like, okay, well, that's not the reason y'all lost the game. Nobody's saying it is. Nobody's saying the defense is the reason we lost the game. But the defense wasn't what it was in years prior.
So the Super Bowl made it easier to fire him then because it was.
I personally think he would have been out of there regardless. Anyway,
It was already pending.
this just made it. This is lubrication on the situation. you gonna take this dick in the booty regardless.
Yeah.
This is a little lube, make it a little easier.
Breathe easy.
Because if you look at the years prior, okay, we had Robert Saleh as our defensive coordinator, does an amazing job. You will get a head coaching job. Who we get? D'Amico Ryans after that, amazing job. You gonna be a head coach in the league. So the guys prior to you did such an amazing job with this defense that they became head coaches in the
That's
NFL.
the part that sucks when you have a good team. You don't keep talent like that on the sidelines long.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that. But like somebody made the comparison. Like you inherited a Ferrari, but you didn't drive it like a Ferrari. You drove it like a sedan.
Damn.
We've had an elite defensive talent like a core, for some years now, but we didn't look like it.
I just, I feel, man, championship games, man, you need a little bit of luck. And I just felt like a lot of things just went wrong for y'all. That wasn't, not mistakes. Oh, boy, running on the fucking field. Blow his Achilles running on the field.
But he came back though, didn't he?
No,
Came
he
No,
did
it was,
not.
this was a star on the defense. running on the field.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I was
yeah.
thinking
He had surgery Thursday, Friday.
Got to do something about Kittle and Debo. God damn, they can't stay on the fucking field. They are always hurting running to the back. God damn.
Always.
And then you just can't give my homeboy a minute and 50 seconds.
That's always the issue.
To fucking that nigga.
At some point,
That last play was like wide.
Greatest black quarterback.
I got him as the greatest quarterback ever, but
He getting there. He there.
I think he's already there. From a pure skill standpoint,
he got it.
He's the best.
He got to give it time to show on the resume that, yo, I'm in the conversation. He's in the conversation.
He got what, three?
He got-
Three? Yeah, 3 rings.
Yeah, 3.
3 wins, 3 MVPs.
5 AFC championship games. He only been in the league, what, 6 years?
7?
7 years?
7.
Shit.
From a skill point,
Yeah.
he's way better than Tom. Pure skills.
Is he?
What? What
Tom-
can't he do?
Tom got longevity. That's the only reason he in this conversation.
Do you know the wide receivers that
Tom
that he
Brady had?
played with?
Yes.
Them niggas stink.
No, they don't.
We didn't know who them niggas was that he was playing with in the Super Bowl.
He played with Travis Swift.
Travis
That's a
Swift,
tight
really.
end. Pause.
Still, tight ends make a huge difference.
He's a tight end. I'm talking about his wide receivers. We didn't know who them niggas was. But, anyways, man.
He won one with Tyreek Hill though.
He
Two,
did.
One.
one or two. Was it one or two?
Oh my God! Looking back on that trade, what balls?
Mm-hmm.
He won. You trade your star receiver away. And still win 2?
No, he got 2 with Tyreek, don't he?
Oh, he has 1 with Tyreek.
I don't know.
I had to look at that one.
He won 1
I'm a
with
new Pat
Tyreek.
Mahomes fans. I got to do my research.
Look at him. Look at it. And it ain't shit. Hey man, in true nigga fashion, man. You know what I'm saying? Your brother's a sexual predator. Your fucking
Your daddy's a drunk.
Your daddy.
Hey.
Wait, his brother is sexual predator.
He got like some assault charges.
No
some
shit.
Sexual charges. Yeah, and he's gay. I think he's gay.
Oh, he nigga.
He got sexual charge.
I didn't know his pops was in them.
Was it
Play
a baseball?
baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I think Mahomes was the
First
baseball
half was
player.
ass. I checked out. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, first half was
I
boring as
checked
shit.
out until
We was waiting for Usher.
Yeah.
Wait for
And
that
for
shit.
what?
Yeah.
Once he got out
And
there.
then
What?
Let's go. Let's go. As I seen SO say this is one of the greatest
I
performances.
said, I didn't say that. Ho.
finna
It was
say,
cool.
what?
I thought Usher would remind everybody how great he is. I thought it would be a better performance than what it was. It was cool. And I don't think it's top 5.
He ain't top 5.
Nothing.
I mean, I could
I'm
name.
not
Very
trying to see.
forgettable.
I'm not trying to see Nas in performance, bro. Like niggas is talking about Easter eggs. Nigga, it's the Super Bowl. You got 13 minutes. What the fuck? I don't care about no Easter eggs. You got bitches falling off the poles.
Oh,
you
man.
got to come on. Wait, what are we doing, bro? Keep this shit simple.
He did. He ran through all them songs.
No,
he ran through too many
it
songs.
was
too fast.
Easter eggs. It was all type of shit. I gotta go back and I gotta watch it 2-3 times.
Gotta catch the subliminals.
I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Like, what are we doing? You don't get no brownie points because you tried to fit in 20 songs in 13 minutes.
I agree.
And then, my nigga. See, this is lip sync, nigga.
Please.
Nah.
Please.
Get the fuck Take away from the element.
No.
What element? They had already because they stream it with what's it called? It is over the Super Bowl now.
Apple Music, right?
Apple
Music did
Music.
the halftime
So
show.
you didn't hear no crowd. It's completely silent for a reason.
All you can hear is him
They bled the
breathing.
crowd out. So all you heard was him.
Breathing hard.
Hard.
Yeah, that's true.
You about to go on tour? You are with it, nigga.
You've been.
Hey, but that's
you've
still credit,
been
though.
to-
But my
well,
nigga,
your
he was
residency
like, did
has
you
been
run on the
going
field? I'm talking about first note.
That was Alicia Keys on the first note.
I said, God, oh, this nigga.
Get this nigga some water, please.
Like this, how we started.
Like,
now?
why didn't you just go out there on your her shit? See, her is a performer. Her is a performer. Let me do this shit in the let me do this shit while we rehearsing. And then I'm gonna come out there and I'm just gonna throw the fucking guitar up
He
because
was-
I ain't playing the shit.
Usher, one of them artists that wasn't raised in that era of lip singing. He was raised that you have to sing and dance as a whole and do it all yourself.
Mike lip sync. Mike lip sync.
Did he?
Yes.
Did he?
The performance when if you go back and look at it, the performance where he debuted the moonwalk, he was lip singing. He wasn't dancing. I mean, he wasn't.
He wasn't singing and dancing?
No.
I thought they always used to like, go
I
through
look at that one. I
rehearsals
can't let you do it
and
to
sing it live and then play that, do the playback and do the lip singing to that. Like,
That could be a thing. I think that's a
smart,
thing.
smart
Yeah.
bet.
He,
though.
Yeah.
I know he
Usher probably
he
should've
lip
did that.
synced Motown 25. Everybody lip synced Soul Train.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Those are
we
not
knew
live
that.
performances.
Yeah.
People do it, but you gotta understand how, you know what I mean? Like, if you are a performer, I'm sorry, my nigga, like,
And you're older.
you
You're
want to
not-
perform. We're not here to hear. I'm sorry, like, that's why I was saying, the thing is,
I wasn't impressed with
the mic is on.
Yeah.
That's why I put on Facebook, boy, turn that nigga's mic off.
I did see that.
Fuck.
Y'all wasn't impressed with the dancing? He singing and he dancing.
No.
Live.
The dancing even looked crazy. Like that little move that he be doing, he was looking
the
super
glitch?
stiff. Yes, he looked like he needed some vitamins or something.
What are you talking about? I brought the A to the word. I brought the A to the word.
To the world.
Get the fuck. I'm like,
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
and see, but this is the problem that I have. This is the problem that I have with our people, right? I think you can be pro our people and still be honest. Because what ends up happening is our heart gets broken every time that it goes elsewhere, and they be like, nah. It's like we can't, you know what I mean? You can't be mad at the fucking Grammys when everybody's been hyping this album up that's, and then it gets to the Grammys and it lose. It lost for a reason.
What album we talking about?
I was just giving an example. What I'm saying is that this Usher performance was not good. And I know motherfuckers want to be super positive and want to tell the truth, but it wasn't.
It could have been a lot better. I had higher expectations. Because what's the name? His residency was the shit, but it's an hour and some change
But
of
that
him
was
performing.
that was the other that was the
Yeah.
other thing I had. I have never been to an Usher concert. You have,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I seen a lot of people that went to the concert was actually disappointed because they was like, well, I've been to the concert.
Yeah.
So it was certain elements of the concert there. He just didn't do it
He didn't do it.
up to par to where
And then he only
they're
have
used to.
13 minutes versus an hour and 45 minutes of a show. He tried to cram too much in such a short amount of time. He
That's
could have
why
did 7 songs strong, and that's it.
That's why I said when it was announced that he was going to do it, he was going to disappoint a lot of people. Because you don't know if you get, what Usher are we getting? You know what I mean? When your concert is so big, at some point, you know what I mean, there are expectations.
Mhm.
And you try to cram all that shit in 13 minutes, my nigga, like, this is not Nas, nigga. Just keep it simple. You know what I mean? Just keep it simple.
Well, it's Vegas. Vegas is the entertainment
Nah,
capital of the
man.
world.
You got 13 minutes. You have enough songs where you could have been up there like a Prince. You could have been up there like anybody and just sang your shit and people would have loved it.
I think Prince did like 8 because we had a bet at that halftime. He was going to do 8 or better songs, and I lost the bet. He did like 8 on the dot.
Niggas talking about that's the great. He ain't do better than Beyonce. And
Prince?
I wasn't even. When it was it Beyonce and Bruno,
That was good.
she did it twice, right?
She did
She's
twice.
done twice.
So the Beyonce and Bruno, then it was the Beyonce and Destiny's Child one, right? Or was
Yeah,
that all
that's
the
when
same?
the lights went out, and when the 49ers lost the one before this one.
Jesus.
Shade.
Who performed as the Cowboys last Super Bowl?
Nigga Mike, I think.
No, that was not Mike.
I thought you did say it was one of the greatest performances ever.
Nah, it's mid, to be honest. It ain't top 5.
I personally like what's names.
Maybe top 10.
Who?
I like Rihanna because she didn't do too much. She just kind
Oh,
of.
she was just on the platform.
I ain't like
Yeah.
But that's fine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't.
It wasn't too busy for me though.
It wasn't, and it made you want to actually go back and stream her music. Like, damn, I
Yes.
forgot about that song.
Yeah.
You couldn't even hear enough of
She
Usher
took more
songs
time
to.
with her songs. Yeah, Usher
He gave Lil Jon way too much time with that
turned
turn down for what? Get that shit out of here, bro. He gave
Probably the costume change part.
He had
though.
Ludacris dressed like
That-
Sub-Zero.
it's like some,
yeah, that was great.
that's the part that make. I mean, I guess that part makes sense because I know he's doing a
Get
costume
Will
change
I
in
Am.
DC.
I get it. Get that shit out of here.
Get Jermaine Dupri socks the
Like
fuck
I
out.
can't believe, and I was already upset about it. I heard it on Joe Buttons, but I honestly cannot believe He disrespected Superstar like that. I thought he was gonna go.
Who?
Like that was when I was like, oh shit, he finna get in his shit. When he was like,
Superstar.
spotlight, big stage,
Oh, yeah.
and then the thing, the wave came up on the crowd and shit. I said, oh, he finna get into his shit, and then it was over.
Yeah.
He was trying to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
He was worried more about like impressing Atlanta. Like that whole the Super Bowl, everything was about being popular in Atlanta. It had
But
nothing to do.
You're in Vegas.
You're in
though.
Vegas, so it was. You can tell that it was not.
But do we
thought-
want an Atlanta nigga to praise Vegas like that though?
We don't want him. I'm not saying my thought process is you have fans all over the world,
That's true.
so you need to pull out 7 or 8 of your best songs and do your best shit with them songs instead of trying to bring everybody from Atlanta and include them into this. Like we don't need all that.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary.
It was pretty even though. He had her and Will I Am and Lil Jon and Ludacris.
Her is
Where's she from?
She's from California.
Shang-Chi.
She's from California.
She found out it ain't much money in being a black woman, and she went to her Asian roots. That is 100% an Asian woman these days.
No,
was
it's not. She
always
just was shooting
Filipino
basketball.
and
She just was doing some basketball shit not so long ago. You ain't see it? Her and Michael Bridges.
That is an Asian woman.
No, it's not. I guess my only thing is because it is Vegas, and because whether you want to admit it, Vegas did reinvigorate your career.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I personally, this being the first Super Bowl in Vegas, I would have liked to see more Vegas elements in it. Like you say, he was trying to do the Atlanta thing.
The girl fell off the ball.
I gotta rewatch that, man. I don't know how I missed that.
Somebody fell off the stage.
Somebody fell off the stripper pole in the background.
Girl fell off the stripper
no,
pole.
I didn't see it. I didn't watch all of it.
Oh, okay.
I missed most of it.
It's all right.
I missed most of it.
You missed most of
I was on the phone, so I missed most of it.
But see, this is the thing though. You try to do all of this. I don't think I've ever seen nothing like it. You had what the epitome of 15 minutes of fame is. Because as soon as you got off that stage,
Beyonce was like, I need that spotlight, sir.
Let me go ahead and
not
drop this
only
for you
did
real quick.
because she dropped the commercial, and then as soon as the commercial was over, the Verizon commercial, she dropped 2 songs. Damn. What a rollout saying my album coming out in March. And so I'm on Twitter at this point. I literally see my Twitter. It was like, is this the Usher performance? Is this the Usher best performance? Is this the Usher best performance? To Beyonce's coming. I said, God, she got that nigga out of here.
I low-key feel bad for him, though. He had to share the spotlight with a lot of people that weekend.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
I had to share the spotlight with
But see-
Kanye.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up part, though, Ivan. Is like you said, the people that everybody wanted to see was
in the crowd.
stands.
Yeah.
All the performers.
Honestly, I don't really even think that they would have considered him for the halftime show if it hadn't have been for how big his residency was in
I agree.
Vegas.
I agree.
Because
That's a-
if he didn't have the success that he did have out here, there's no way they would have even considered him.
I agree wholeheartedly. He made sense because his show in Vegas is doing what
Was
it's
so
doing.
big, yeah.
Absolutely. So he made sense. I just would have. Can you incorporate a Wayne Newton or some act that is associated with Las Vegas?
Yeah, I'm cool.
The Blue Man Group.
Something. You know what I'm
Oh, you
saying?
could have had what's the name of them? Jabberwockies.
Jabberwockies.
Something
that says this is a Super Bowl that's in Las Vegas. We're celebrating Las Vegas. Las Vegas wasn't celebrated in any way, shape, fashion, or form to me. And as a native, I felt like a slap in the face, especially being the first one here.
Well, yeah, man. I think the NFL has all but set it up, and shout out to them, man. I know people were complaining, but they've set this up beautifully.
Taylor Swifty, baby.
She's the
She
next.
coming next year. Got
She
to.
has to be.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, wherever the fuck it is.
It's in New Orleans.
Niggas talk about Lil Wayne.
Next
I'm saying no, niggas talking about Lil Wayne, and I'm like,
No.
No.
ain't no way y'all give Taylor all this. I'm not even gonna say it's free press because, from my understanding, the returning, just by showing her, they up like 300 something million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you just that's a business
They
decision.
just love that white love.
Mhm.
They happy that he
Man,
came
that's a
back. He
business.
crossed
He
back
Came
over.
back home, got the
They
got
like,
They support their own, huh?
Well, shit.
Yeah.
They talking about he was responsible for the fade or some shit that I seen.
Yeah, they try to give him
No,
credit for
he-
that fade.
did.
So
He
that
shut it
was
down
the,
though.
That was the media doing that. Like they were saying that the guys were going in saying they wanted the
Travis
Travis Kelce or whatever.
Mm.
But he like immediately was like, no, I like my hair cut like that, but I did not invent it.
Yeah,
Let's not even go.
I think.
With
I mean,
that
like I said,
narrative.
man, I don't know. I don't know what she did to get there, but I mean, she had like Ice Spice and like Blake Lively in there with her, so I was like, I can't
Which
really
further
complain.
Supports that Ice Spice is a implant.
We can't do that, man. We can't do that, man.
She might be.
'Cause that's why your girl is walking her shit back. Because I think that Ice Spice popularity is real.
I think her time is coming to an
That's
end.
why your girl is walking back.
That shit's coming to an end.
That's why all them clips of her on $1 Million a Game, she is walking that shit back.
Who?
Latto.
Yes.
Listen. That Ice Spice shit over with.
We
But
had
you know, she
we had a
she put some trucks in Atlanta with the promoting her song, the fart song, whatever.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
because
that's-
the Sunday service video was shot in her
And
in
yeah,
her
in the
neighborhood.
Bronx. Yeah. So
Oh,
she
wow.
retaliated and put some trucks out in Atlanta.
But y'all just have to go. She had an interview with $1 Million worth of game, and it sounded like she was just like she was saying like from a rapper standpoint, I'm with it, but it sounded like she was walking a lot of shit back. And Latto started that, so
Ice Spice is her time is coming to an end.
she started it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Ice Spice's time is coming to an end.
no,
You-
it's not.
You're clinging on to Taylor as tight as you can because we know that you're gonna rap 2 bars, you're gonna twerk a little bit, and you're gonna rap 2 more bars. and
No,
Rub your butt.
There's no talent here.
She's playing the game well. People, we sat up here and we had an argument. So we had an argument about Latto and Ice Spice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Skinny brought up the Spotify numbers.
Okay.
Within a week, Ice Spice passed that up. I put it in the group chat.
Ice Spice more popular, but I think it's short lived.
It's coming to an
Is
end.
it?
I think it's gonna be
coming to
short-lived.
an end.
I just don't. I
The
don't
music
see it.
stinks. You can't perform.
According to whom? She said she only put that snippet out because Latto, I guess, I don't know if whatever happened on TikTok, but Latto had posted something with Ice Spice in the background. And Ice Spice was like, man, why is this bitch? Why is she doing that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what she said. I just dropped the song. You know what I mean? Okay, we can do that.
You think Latto doing the Ice Spice what Nicki is doing to Cardi?
Nicki can't do that to Cardi though. Nicki can't
she
move
can't do
Cardi.
that.
She can't do anything.
Nicki
to
can't
Cardi.
move Cardi.
Okay,
Cardi's the big dog in this
Replace
situation.
Cardi for Megan.
No, I just think it's two women doing friendly banter.
It ain't no. I've been in the game longer than you. Here's this new
Nah.
chick coming in trying to take my
I
spot.
think they both came in. What? Ice Spice has been in the game since 2022.
Latto
Latto, so in 2020.
before that, wasn't she on the TV show with Jermaine Dupri trying to win the?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah,
that was
she
like
was.
that was 2020ish, right?
It's like 18,
Nah, before that.
17, 18ish.
But y'all gotta stop this whole narrative that she's a super rapper. We gotta stop that.
Nobody said she was a
Nah, I
super
ain't
rapper.
say all
Nobody
that.
said she was
Slow
a super
down.
rapper. She has better bars than Ice Spice.
We don't know how
I think
Ice
she
Spice
makes
can.
good music.
We don't know if Ice Spice can really rap though. I think she's found a lane, and even though she gives, she keeps it real basic. People are listening to it.
What did that sound like though?
She's the baby with a fat ass and
What do you mean, what does it sound
and
like?
an Annie
You're
wig.
saying that we don't know if she can really rap, and she basically does the same thing over and over again. It looks like she has been planned it. She sounds like a
But you can
plan.
do that with anybody. Cassidy came into the game as a supreme battle rapper. They tried to turn him into a ladies' man. Didn't work.
What did Ice Spice do beforehand though? Is what I'm asking.
She
other
played
than
sports.
basic rap.
I think she rapped, but it was like, I mean, she's drill oriented. So like I said, I don't know. She found something that can work, and she's going for it. Like I said, Cassidy was a battle rapper. They get him in the game. They're trying to make him do records about women. French Montana was a battle rapper. He gets into the game, and he's real ABC-ish. Lil Uzi Vert was a real rapper. He gets into the game. He's doing, I don't even know what the fuck you want to call it.
Instrumentals with
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi invented a fucking the dance.
What dance?
What was that?
You talking about Bobby Smurder?
No, when he did the Magnolia. Magnolia. What's that dance called? The Millie Rock.
Oh yeah.
Huh? But he put it in it made it popular with the Magnolia song, right? The Playboy Cardi song. Playboy Cardi. Now you listen to Playboy Cardi. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? You found something that worked and you just keep going.
That shit gets old after a while.
I don't know about that.
He's old after a while. At some point, you got to reinvent yourself.
I think she's here to stay.
I
What?
do
Hey
not.
Spice? Hell, dog.
You think
Fuck
she?
no.
You think she's here for the long run?
Yes.
She has no range. So how? Like that doesn't even.
What does okay? When you say range, I put range and longevity in the same conversation.
Okay.
When we speak about longevity, you got those that stay around as a personality and things like that, and then you have those that have made that put a stamp on their shit, but they're seasonal. So you can have seasonal longevity, and then you can have longevity as real artists. And I feel like Ice Spice will be here for a while.
She won't. She won't.
Latto beat her in that.
Her.
I got Latto as like seasonal, like. She gonna be like them franchise boys. I think she will always be known for put them on the floor.
No, she's fantasy.
Don't nobody listen to that.
Yes, they do.
You go to any lounge, they're gonna play Cardi B's verse and put them on the floor.
Music ain't made for lounges. It's made for like shopping, like what most of say. It's made for shopping.
But look at most Def. You can say he has longevity as a
Personality.
not his music.
Correct. Personality wise, he does.
Latto to me does not make the music to stay, and she doesn't have the personality either.
She got the look.
She definitely has the look.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, but Latto at this point is famous, or she's popular for being Latto. Ice Spice is
Latto ain't popular.
Why she not? What are you talking about?
She's
What are you talking
huge.
about?
I don't have her being this. Not Ice Spice. She's not Ice Spice.
Ice Spice is popular because who she's associated with.
She crossed generations and demographics. Latto's a little bit more a higher age range, I would think.
So, okay. So at this point, I would say Ice Spice is Wayne, Latto is Currency.
You sound nuts.
Wayne, to me, Wayne is more he's more commercial and appealing. I think Latto, you have to really know who Latto is, and she has a cult following. Neither one is wrong, but one is going to outlast the other.
Ice Spice,
Latto is not a crossover commercial act at all.
neither is Ice Spice.
What are we talking about?
You've mentioned everything about Ice Spice except her music, and there's a reason for that. Have you noticed that she's a musician? You haven't talked about her music not once yet?
Right.
We've been talking about this for 20 minutes.
You ain't let me get there.
I know. At what
Not
point,
about her
nigga?
performance or nothing.
Nothing. And there's a reason for that. She's popular, so I get to hang with other popular people. I'm hanging with Nicki Minaj, which is that's only a byproduct of Nicki Minaj doesn't work with other women. So okay, well let me grab the young girl and to try to combat that narrative. So because of that, now I'm hanging with Taylor Swift. So I'm hanging with the popular girls. You yourself don't have that kind of talent to last for this conversation. So at some point, she's gonna turn into a little twist.
Okay.
Damn.
I feel like we've had this conversation a few times, but I still want to know. If Latto is she's so popular in the hip hop realm. She got songs with Gucci. She was on T.I.'s TV show. Mm-hmm. She in the hip hop realm, she's doing her thing. Got the song with Cardi, got a classic song with Cardi. Why isn't she bigger than what she is?
You're not gonna keep skipping fantasy. I'm not gonna.
Okay, I skipped a big song. Why isn't she as big as what she should be then?
How big do you want her to be?
You just made my point.
There's only 3 or 4.
She's Currency.
rappers
I
bigger
think
than
she
her.
will have. I think she will have a cult following.
She has a big following.
I don't think she will ever be the commercial.
Has a pop song. I have a pop song. Whether you hear it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not, it's a pop. It's a very popular record.
Okay.
That's my record.
Okay.
Where is Ice Spice?
A sample of a sample.
Okay, but it's my record. My version was popular enough to where one of the biggest divas in the world decided to reinsert herself into the situation. This is my song.
She also just literally hopped on Ariana Grande's song. So
we're talking about. We're not talking about.
It's a business move.
Okay, what's the business? What's the business move about it?
Mariah just hopped on the Ariana Grande song.
Okay, but Fantasy was a huge record. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not.
Sample of a sample.
Okay, however it goes, because that's what hip hop is built on, right?
Yep.
So we're not gonna isolate Latto because she did it.
No.
So I have this huge record by myself. I'm not attached to.
Yeah. Cannabis has a song with DMX.
What? I can outrock both of them niggas right
Say
now.
you
That's
don't like Latto.
What are they here?
What are we
Like
talking?
her.
Okay. That's crazy. I fuck with Latto.
Not at all.
No, you don't.
Yes,
You
I
don't.
do.
Every
you
single
don't.
time her name is brought up, it's like she's subpar. She doesn't have this. She don't got that. She's
When it
not Ice
see,
Spice.
this is where
like,
you're convoluting too many things. First of all, I fuck with Latto, and I have for a while. I was the reason why we reviewed the Latto and Gucci Mane song back in the day.
No, you're not.
Who was it? Who was it? Oh, wait. Get the fuck out of here. Anyways, I fuck with Latto. I'm just saying that I can fuck with somebody and understand when y'all talk about, well, Ice Spice can rap.
Nobody said that.
Ice Spice can't rap, but Latto can super rap. And then you hear her rap and it's like, bro, she ain't fucking Nas or Jay-Z. Like, she's great at putting words together.
There's a difference between a rapper and an artist. I think Latto's a better artist.
And you just got done talking about niggas doing one thing as an artist, and then to get radio play or what you're known as, you do something different.
I think Latto's the bigger artist.
And she's a better rapper.
Which is, okay, that's not a fucking...
These are two rappers.
It's
A
not
better
it's
rapper.
not a compliment. This is like saying... This is like saying Eazy is a better rapper than BG Knockout. Like, it's just... it's not... You two motherfuckers that can't...
But Eazy is more popular.
Latto is better at putting words together.
she's better at
Eazy
making
is more
music.
popular. Ice Spice is more popular. It's just, it is what Ice Spice knows how to. She's playing the game well,
She is.
very well.
She's putting herself in position to stand next to other people in photo ops. At some point, it's gonna be like, okay, well,
And you can't do that either because it ain't pretty privilege because Latto is beautiful, so it ain't pretty privilege. So what is it then?
Talent. And marketability.
things that Ice Spice is gonna run short on. So.
It is. Exactly.
I just okay.
Because she's the new
So
young girl in rap.
what is taken into account then when we speak on longevity? What is taken to an account?
Charisma. And the music.
Fuck, come on, man.
But if you
the music
Whose music? Okay, whose music today has furthered their career outside of Eminem? Eminem can live. Eminem ain't got to never say a word, regardless of what he his music today. The man can live off of what he did back then. Other than that, whose music has carried them?
Kanye's.
Ooh, that's good. You say yay?
Say Kanye music from a certain point on back, yeah, because the new shit we don't listen to, but enough of his old music still circulates. They in commercials now.
Like what?
I heard, can we
The
get
Good
much
Life?
higher? Yeah, it was on a commercial not too long ago.
I don't know. I think he's done enough work to erase what he did back in the day.
So it makes a lot.
You still hear The Good Life a lot.
Nigga, Montel Jordan, because white people
Montel
stay
Jordan.
with this is how we do it.
Fucking that to me, like when we talk about, I don't think you have to have
Mark
a glorious.
Morrison.
Next, wifey.
I don't think you have to have a glorious career, as people try to put it, to have longevity in the game.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. You know how many one and dones is in the game?
I'm saying you don't have to do much. Mark Morrison got one song,
And when was the last time you heard Mark Morrison was in town performing?
but you still hear
You can
him.
you
When
can
we
only you only eat so long
I'm
off
talking
one
about when-
song.
He's been doing it since the song dropped in what, 96?
And where do you see Mark Morrison?
You don't have to.
He was on a G-Eazy feature 2 years ago.
Yes, he
What?
was.
That
Yes, he
is
was.
fucking.
Yes, he was.
Don't ask why I know that.
But what I'm
insane.
saying is, what I'm saying, Ivan, is that you don't have to have this long, glorious career to have longevity in the game.
Yes, you do.
Today, Scarface is not riding on his music. Bun B is not riding off of what UGK did.
They riding off their legacy
Are they?
and they impact to the culture.
Bun B is selling burgers.
Because he
Ain't
realized.
nobody talking about his music no more.
But his legacy in music helped him put him in a position to sell burgers easier.
Yeah.
He made his fame off of his music.
Let's go.
It's literally called Trill Burgers, which is the name of the album. Well, not the
He
burger
didn't come up
part
with
of it.
that song, but I mean, he didn't come up with that word. But what I'm saying is that I don't think nothing Bun is doing today is because of his music.
Same with 50.
No, not at all. Y'all making my point for him.
But in the club, still gonna get played every birthday party.
50 ain't never have to make another song again. He has in the club.
But that's because of other investments, and the reason why he had those opportunities is because of his music.
The
Like,
music
they
was the
had- they-
doorway.
That's
The calling card, the business card that
That's
opens
what
up other
busted
things.
open so that you can go and have these opportunities and build your legacy or build your brand.
Because by them metrics, much as I hold my goal, his music really don't sustain like that. It's his other ventures that he's involved in that keep him going.
I mean, yeah. So y'all making my point, I think.
No.
What I'm saying is when we talk about because SO made this SO said why isn't longevity respected and taken into account in hip hop, right? And my thing is when you talk about an artist and being in longevity, it's rarely because of the music, if ever. That is all I'm saying.
So you're saying as an artist make a song, but he doesn't continue to make good music and still be known for his music and solely his music.
Yes, 0.
Wait, say that again.
If an artist make a song, he keeps making music. That's all he does is music. He does nothing else but music. He never sustains his music career based off of the new music. So if you get a rapper that's 10 years in the game, the 10th year he's making new music, we're not referencing him by his new music. He has to venture off and do other entities to make money, to be known for.
Because they all fall off.
Yeah, Chief Keef don't do nothing.
Please.
Okay, well then throw
Stop
your
me.
goat, Nas. But outside of music, what is Nas known for?
Real estate, isn't it?
His baby mama getting smashed.
Jesus. I think Nas
Maybe in a
is
real
known
estate?
for his investments,
And which is recent.
Khalees, and Khalees has had a beautiful
After Nas' career.
reinvention on TikTok. On
What
her,
is
on
she-
her
what-
natural
what is
Are
shit.
you
What is
looking
she
at
known
anything
for?
other than her milkshakes?
No.
But I'm saying though it's but what I'm saying though is sometimes you need something else to push it, right? So like, okay, so MC Hammer made Can't Touch This, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the pants he wore is what's continuously pushing that song, in my opinion.
The song, first of all, that
You see
song's
them?
not getting
You see them
pushed.
songs? No, but I'm saying so events push songs. If that makes sense, there is no. I don't think Swag Surf sustains at all if you didn't have crowds and sports events. Sometimes the events help push certain songs.
The culture surrounding music pushed the music. Like the Chronic, West Coast barbecues, West Coast hanging out having fun. That was the imagery along with the music.
Yes,
That's what helped.
So
to push
sometimes
it.
it's not the song itself.
It's the things surrounding the music.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just forgot my point. What was I at?
We don't know.
Where was I
You
at?
talking about MC Hammer pads made You Can't Touch This.
If you so Khalees, right?
Uh-huh.
So Khalees, she's had this beautiful reinvention on TikTok.
Okay.
You go to the comments, everybody's like, Nas, I understand. Nas, I understand. That makes people go to Nas. Now he's pretty much reinvented himself by working with the youth.
With Hit Boy.
I don't understand the correlation between the 2 points you're trying to make.
Saying Nas is not known for, at this point in his career, what he did back then. I don't even think people, unless they're our age, even know that him and Jay-Z was beefing.
Because he's living off his legacy, based off of his fan base that grew up with him.
He's a brand new artist in today, I feel.
He still raps the same.
Yeah,
Your beat selection
Yeah, but
changed.
it's not based off of what he did back then.
Your beat selection changed. That's it.
he got a young nigga producing him.
Your beat selection changed.
I think you can argue that Nas has a more commercial appeal than he did back then. I think
You don't see him nowhere.
back then he had a cult fan base. I think there's a difference between being mainstream and having a cult fan base.
I don't think his fan base is. I wouldn't call him a cult fan base. The whole state of New York love. That's not a cult. We're not talking about Tech Nine. Tech Nine has a cult fan.
Tech
base.
Nine would be a better example. He's known for his performances more than his music.
Pastor Troy has a cult fan base.
Yes.
Nas is not that.
Nas has never been an A-list rapper ever.
Okay, E40.
He is what Jay is to New York to the Bay.
He's what Gucci Man is to the South.
Yes, that is your mainstream.
No.
You're pretty mainstream. You don't have a cult following. Your niggas know who.
All right, Boosie.
Is. Boosie has a cult following.
No.
Boosie has a cult following. He is not a mainstream.
Yes.
You ain't seeing the whites around Boosie.
Boosie ain't getting white people money.
That don't make him cult though.
He has a cult following. You can be a millionaire and have a cult following.
I disagree.
Currency's doing it easily.
Currency doesn't. But when Currency does shows, he does shows that holes in the walls. Boosie's not.
He got the house. No, Currency
Nigga,
does like
Boosie
House
was
of
just here
Blues and shit.
in the
What are you
When?
talking about?
Who win?
Currency does House of Blues and all of those. He doesn't do like big ass stadiums and arenas, but he has a big enough cult following to do what he wants to do. Tyga has a cult following to do what he wants to do.
Tiger don't even do music.
Yeah, he do.
Yes, he does.
When's the last time you heard some Tiger music?
Well, you sounding real.
He just
fucking-
did I Carumba not too
Yeah.
long ago.
It's
What
not
is-
good.
the fuck is I Can Rumba?
It's not good. But
He's
he
still-
is still
Oh,
making music.
Oh, so it's not good. So he's not doing music.
I would say it was regional more than anything.
So what are we talking about?
But my question is it possible? Is it really possible, or even like realistic, to have longevity in an industry that's always looking for the next best thing?
The next best young thing.
Is it even really
Yes.
possible?
It's possible.
Outside of Drake, because
Travis.
people always get on Drake about like he's steadily jumping ahead of like
today
the newest trends and things.
you have Kendrick.
Kendrick as far as what?
I mean, I don't. His music is not my preference, but he will have long. He's going to have longevity.
Kendrick has a cult following.
I'll say that.
The man is selling out everything over there in China and Japan and shit right now. What are we talking about?
That can't be a cult following.
Nobody knew he's on tour because
The tour he was on was overseas.
when he was here, he was at Resort World. That is a cult following fucking venue.
Come on, man. No, Kendrick is commercial.
What?
He was on tour for the new album?
Yes, at Resort World.
Wow.
I didn't even know Resort World had a fucking venue in it.
Yeah, they do. Chris
Yeah,
Tucker
they
was
do.
there last
Cult following. Who the fuck goes to Chris Tucker shows?
That's cult following for sure.
He's at Resort World. This is not. You're not. He's a cult following.
So what's the difference between mainstream and a cult following? Like what is
Allegiant
it?
Stadium.
Shit, I
Thomas and Mack.
He put on a European tour from July 23rd, 2022 to December 9th, 2023. All overseas.
Crazy.
Nobody knew.
He did a whole year and some change overseas.
You know what the difference between the cult following and the mainstream artist is?
We wouldn't know about the concert.
No.
We did see him.
When the concert come to town, am I going to get a new outfit or am I'm wearing some shit I already got? If I'm going to get some new shit,
Yeah, it's a
that's a mainstream artist.
It's a mainstream. Yo.
You know what? I'm throwing that polo sweater I wore last year for Christmas.
Right.
That you have a cult following. That's the difference.
Is it haircut worthy? It's a haircut worthy.
I'm finna line this shit up in the bathroom. and just go to
July, August, and September. This had to be 2022. Yeah, 2022. July, August, and September. He did a bunch of showdown shows here.
That was after he released his album.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then from October, November, December, all overseas. And we talking about in October, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He had 14 shows in October alone. December, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. November 8. And then he had 5 in December.
over 2 continents. That's not a lot of shows to cover 2 continents. Europe and Asia are two different
Them
continents.
niggas
shit
get
on here.
everything
It's
late.
some
They like
shit.
anything.
Sound like
It's
40.
some NLs, ZCs, some DEs, DK. I don't know what the fuck this. I know UK. In November he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 6 shows in the UK, and I know Australia, and I see New Zealand.
That's
on
3
here.
continents. It's 3 different continents. You have less than 40 shows over 3 continents. That's a cult following. It's not a tour.
What? What does Janet have?
I
Janet
feel
has a
like
world
hers is
tour.
You look at her overseas numbers. They are trash. You can Google those numbers. What does Janet have then?
What did 50 just do?
50 has a,
He just got from overseas.
but I feel like 50 is a global name, in my opinion.
But why?
And Janet not.
Because of the music or because of his brand?
Both,
Like, with
all everything combined.
all the Power series and all that.
Everything combined. But if you look at Janet's overseas numbers during the height, trash. So what is she then?
A legacy. She was living off a
She's
legacy.
probably she's a legacy act.
Yeah.
I've been touring since the 80s.
I was on good times.
I
in the
love-
I
70s.
said if you look at her overseas numbers during her prime, they were trash.
What are you talking about? The Control Tour?
Her overseas numbers are trash. So what does that make her?
So what you're saying is Janet's not a global superstar,
Mm.
and she never was.
Not during her height. I'm not gonna give her. I can't give the numbers now. But during her height, no, she was not.
Shit, that's wild.
You like when you can say the name of the tour, like when you know the name of the tour.
Rhythm
Yeah, because
Nation?
that's in U.S. But you just told me if you only visit a certain amount of compliments, that's a cult following. Well, what happens if you ain't visiting no other continents?
I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let it
So
So
let
what
that
is it
person
then if you're
slide,
not
but-
visiting no other continents and it's only the U.S.? Then what do you have?
So are you telling me the Control Tour didn't go overseas?
It was a world tour, not a U.S. tour.
It's a world tour. What
What about Rhythm Nation? Didn't she?
what
That
are we
did the
talking? What are
numbers.
we talking about? What's the name of this Kendrick tour that just happened 2 years ago? What's the name of it? Do you know the name of it?
Morale.
That's the name of the tour. Was the Morale?
Mm.
Not the name of the album. What's the name of the tour? You can say Up and Smoke.
It's the morale.
You can say Up and Smoke and it pops in your mind.
Yeah.
You can say the Control Tour. You can say Rhythm Nation. You can say the Bad Tour.
If you look it up, it says Janet Jackson was pretty popular in U.S., but not so much worldwide.
Look who she was going against. Madonna, Whitney Houston,
Her brother.
her brother. Yeah, like who are we comparing her to here?
Who?
Janet?
Oh,
she
because
has longevity.
because we talking about we talking about longevity, and Ivan brought up the point that because Kendrick only did 7 or so continents, he has a cult following. So I said, well, Janet is known for not having a big. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about when she was in her prime. She did not have a big. Her overseas tours were not good. So what does that make Janet? I think she's a global superstar now.
You think she's an icon?
Here.
I believe she's an icon.
Here.
You don't
Yes.
think she's an icon globally? You think her music was marketed the same globally back then as it would be now?
I can't. I wouldn't even be able to speak on that. But she ain't Madonna.
Which,
I think Madonna is a global icon.
and when was her last big song?
Ooh, I
Probably
don't know,
music.
early
What's that?
2000s with Justin Timberlake. Is that music?
I
She had a
don't
song
know.
with Justin Timberlake back in the day.
Who?
Madonna.
Madonna, her last big
I think that's the
song.
line. It was the last song that I know of.
So she's riding solely off of music then now.
No, I think it's the nigga she fucking with. shout out to her oh boy, he back dancing and shit now, so he ain't they ain't together no more, I don't think.
Damn.
Mm.
Good for him.
But Janet Jackson is a great example of somebody that's still living off of what her music used to be. Because she really doesn't
she
have.
married that prince.
Well, I mean, that secured the bag
The
for
first-
sure, but
The first we're talking about Janet Jackson. The first
Yeah.
international concert, which took place in Tokyo, Japan, sold out the Tokyo Dome within 7 minutes a record for the fastest sellout in history of the Dome. The Rhythm Nation tour, with an attendance of over 2 million patrons, is the most successful debut tour by any recording artist in history. A record that still stands in 2023.
That's in one.
Talk to him.
That's in one.
No, the tour.
This is the Rhythm Nation tour. This is Janet Jackson.
Oh, well, so that because here
no, this is
The
That
tour.
He said Tokyo.
her tour.
is the what?
The 2 million patrons, the 2 million people that showed up, is still a record that was still standing in 2023.
I'm still not.
She's not a cult, she doesn't have a cult following. She's a star.
I think you can do that. Where was this concert at that you say these 2 million people? I'm
saying the tour itself had
Okay.
2 million people show up. Total.
Okay. That's how popular she was in the U.S. though.
No,
that was the world tour.
This is an international tour. This is an international tour.
Most of that was in the U.S.
So anything to discredit.
No, I'm not. But you gotta. I'm not gonna say because there's two sides to this argument. I think she was extremely, extremely, extremely popular in the U.S. and not so much overall. You can look at the numbers and still break down. I've seen that she sold over 80 million records, right? She sold over 80 million records, and we talking. I'm not. This is big deal. She sold over 80 million records. 50 of that came from here.
Okay, but we're talking about the tour. The tour, she sold out.
I think you can have a big ass tour. You can still have a big ass tour and it not reflect what actually happened. I think you can have a tour. You kill it here, and then it's all right over there. But when you look at the number in totality, it looks like it's a great number. But it's not a breakdown
it's
of.
Still the record. I hold the record.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's fine.
So how do I have a cult following then? If the record is mine,
Okay.
how do I have a cult following?
Talk to him.
You have the majority of your pool is here. I'm using your argument. You say
No, you're not.
Kendrick only traveled to 7 continents. That does not make you a superstar. That makes you a cult following. So I'm asking you, although you have the greatest tour that you say she has the tour, the numbers still haven't been broken. If the majority of that comes from the U.S.
How do you know that the majority of it comes from the U.S.? I just told you she sold out the Tokyo Dome in 7 minutes.
Okay, but
That's not in the U.S. You understand that correctly?
What am I saying that he's not getting with? If the majority, if she's killing in the U.S., if she's killing in the U.S., and yes, she does all right numbers overseas.
How do you figure?
But you just said that I just wrote down. I just gave you Kendrick toured the entire U.S. in 3 months. He then other 3 months was all overseas. You say, well, he only went to 7 continents. He has a cult following. So now I'm asking you, if Janet did the majority of her touring in the U.S., although she holds this record, does that mean she has a cult following?
No.
This is your argument, not mine.
At
No,
her
it
peak
doesn't.
at that time, no.
No.
If she did them numbers now, I would say yes.
2 million. If the record is still mine, I'm doing an international tour. That means I'm not. It's not a cult following.
She's an international.
So
sensation.
why does Kendrick have a cult following? Then?
So okay. This is my okay. So you said she sold 80 million records and 30 million records was overseas.
Yeah.
It's 30 million records. What are we talking about?
Yeah, back then that's like $20 a record.
It's not. It's 30, we're still talking about 30 million records.
Not streams, records.
Janet only did to this day. To this day, Janet has only did 2 stadium shows. Both were in the U.S. So what is the Tokyo Dome?
Their stadium, bro.
It's a dome.
It says, because I'm looking at the, it says,
Very fucking big. That shit's big.
Michael Jackson did over 100 of worldwide stadium shows in dozens of different countries during his career, while Janet only did 2 stadium shows and both were in U.S. only.
Comparing Janet to Michael?
No, I'm saying it says Janet only did 2 stadium shows. Both were in U.S. only.
Which makes to me that makes the accomplishment even bigger.
Greater, because she sold out and made all those
It
millions
says the successful
without no stadium.
Without no stadiums,
Yeah.
The
makes it
successful
worse.
female version of King of Pop Michael Jackson would be Queen of Pop Madonna. That is number 2 in U.S. all-time chart, number 1 in global charts, and sold over 400 albums worldwide. and also did over 100 stadium shows in dozens of different countries. Janet has done 2 stadium shows in the U.S. only.
So for me to hold the record of attendance and only done and I wasn't in stadiums, that makes it worse. That's a worse art. That means everywhere I went, I did smaller venues, but I packed them bitches out, and I had to have done more.
Mm-hmm. Did more with less.
I had to do more with less. So what are we talking about?
And then we do also have to keep in mind that we're talking about a white woman and a black woman.
Oh,
in the 80s.
God.
That's a big
Dr. Umaras, please.
I'm just saying,
That's a
like
factor.
it is it is a huge factor. So of course, you put a little white on it, it's going to be
All right.
successful always. Just
I
like your
think
Lord and Savior Eminem.
I think today,
it's always that way.
and today, and I think we have to put this out there. We have to preface it. In today's time, is she a global superstar? Yes, she is. I'm saying prime Janet, when she was really moving and grooving, she had the albums, she had the tours, she had a cult following.
It was her, Madonna, and Whitney. It
This
was
is her.
only
This is
like
her.
3 to 4
We're
people.
talking about her debut. This is her debut tour. We're talking about.
Oh.
Where I set the record.
Yeah.
That's a co-following to you?
Yes. By your terms.
No, not by my terms.
By the numbers.
The numbers suggest this is
You
not-
said Kendrick has a cult following,
he does,
and he's traveling all over the place overseas, but Janet doesn't.
You say he did 40. He did 40 shows across 3 different continents. It's not a lot.
Kels has a cult following.
That's not that 40,
Yes, he
40
does.
shows over 3 continents is not a lot of shows.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
To me, how many shows did he do in total? Janet did she did 130.
How many shows did who do in total?
How many shows did Kendrick do in totality?
What
You say
was
he did 40.
Kendrick's last hit?
He does not.
He makes acquired taste music.
Backseat freestyle. It might be.
Damn.
He makes acquired taste
Humble.
music to me.
So he has a cult following. The numbers say it. You don't have a hit record.
Yeah. All right.
You take 9 with a blue rag in your left pocket.
From a blood neighborhood.
I mean, what I mean?
Did anybody watch the All-Star game?
Talking about Saturday
All-Star?
night. The All-Star game was later tonight.
You know what it is.
Is there anything? Did anybody watch anything All-Star?
I did. I watched the celebrity game, the dunk contest, and the 3-point contest because there wasn't nothing else on TV.
Let me tell you something, man.
Shit's
I was
horrible.
watching the highlights today, so
Uh-huh.
shout out to Kenny Smith.
Why his walk with them knees?
Kenny Smith was on his Don Lemon during the New Year's Eve shit. When he was going at old girl, well, it sounded like he was going at, even though I agree with him, when he was going at old girl,
Against Steph?
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I heard that.
it was turning into some real toxic men versus women shit.
Oh Lord.
When I tell you it was like,
They running out of ideas, huh?
what happened? What happened?
The All-Star?
They got to raise the money for the dunk contest. Raise it to $1 million. Just-
Stars don't show up.
and the stars to show out.
The stars don't show up.
But they don't show up.
They don't-
Besides Jalen Brown,
what?
Which, my God,
which was horrible.
yeah, he could have. He could have.
You lost to a G League nigga.
The
Not even a
Stars-
nigga, he was a white boy.
The stars don't show up for the events. The stars are not playing in the events. Even the
The greatest dunk contest in ever at this point. They weren't stars.
okay.
But Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon.
They were not stars at all. And that is the greatest dunk contest.
We've
ever seen.
I agree. Zach Levine is a star. He may not be a superstar, but
He
Zach
was
Levine
not
is
a star. Timberwolves, Zach Levine was a star. I think that dunk contest made him a star.
Zach Levine was a star.
Well, you
Not
crazy,
then. He wasn't.
motherfucker.
He turned into a star. I'll say he turned into
That,
a star.
But that was
yes,
different. Yeah.
that dunk contest, absolutely.
No, I mean Bulls. Zach Levine not a star.
No,
That came after.
they trying to get him out of here.
That's because he injured all the time. I think Zach Levine is a star. He's not a superstar. He's not the face of the league. No.
Even when I went and I looked back. I mean, you have Michael Jordan and Dominique going head to head with like twice.
Yep.
Stars.
But the winners wasn't stars.
Vince Carter wasn't a star.
Vince
He
Carter
was.
was a star.
He was in the All-Star game his
What do you
first year.
mean? Vince Carter was a star in
Vince
2000.
Carter is I don't know. I would ever put Vince Carter and star in the same category.
You
Now
insane. You insane.
he fucking did that dunk contest changed. He changed the game,
What was he drafted?
but I wouldn't call him.
90.
A
No, what number?
97.
He was like in the
He was top 10. He was lottery
Yeah.
pick.
I'm not calling him a star.
Vince Carter was a star.
before the dunk contest. He won the star.
I think he was known for his jumping abilities, but I would not call him a star.
But previous winners haven't been stars like D. Brown, Harold Miner, Brent Berry,
You got what? You got MJ and you got Dominique,
Kobe.
Kobe and Dr. J.
We're not talking, but like, are they showing up for the events? Are we the events themselves though? The stars are showing up.
Yes.
The stars are participating in the events. I saw Mike in the dunk contest yesterday. I don't know who.
They brought Matt McClung back from the D.
You have to have a D League player. This is not even an NBA player.
Two of them.
I didn't even watch it. The only thing I watched All Star related was the Steph and old girl, and I saw it on Twitter. I happened to be on Twitter and Twitter was streaming. Okay,
And I actually agree with Kenny Smith. I know it sounded like he was anti-woman.
what did he say? Because I didn't hear it.
He was saying, okay, so she came out and said she want to make things equal. Those are her
Fair,
words, not
yeah.
his. So she's going to shoot from the NBA 3-point line
Right?
with her ball, with a woman's ball. It's not making things equal.
Yeah.
So Kenny was like, put her where she's comfortable at. Let us see Steph at his best and her at his best. If she's going to use a WNBA ball, let her shoot. Although she's comfortable shooting wherever, let her shoot where she's great at. Right?
Yep.
The WNBA line, and let Steph shoot from the NBA line. See who wins.
She shot with her ball. I think that's about as equal as you can make it because if you're shooting a shorter distance,
Then it's not equal.
at some point it has to be equal.
She made it closer than I thought it was going
You're
to.
shooting a smaller ball from a shorter distance.
You put me where I'm great at. So give me. I take a WNBA ball, and I'm gonna shoot from the WNBA line. You have an NBA ball. You shoot from the.
I'm giving you the game.
kinda equal.
I'm giving you the game.
Well, then she's the best shooter. Then
Not
Bullshit.
really. You shoot a smaller ball from a shorter distance.
but if you say I'm gonna make things equal, then
Use the same ball
Use the same ball.
and the same
Get the
distance.
same distance.
that was all. I think that was all he was kind of getting at.
They slamming him for that?
Yeah, no, it sounded crazy. It
What
sounded
exactly did
Let me
he
see.
say?
Hey, let me hand me that. Let me see.
I was drunk by then, but that shit was.
So
sad,
you just said fuck February, huh?
Man, fuck her. I already killed it, man. Finish strong.
Nah, Kitty was low key going in, man. Kitty was going in. Hold on. Kitty was going in.
But it's not exciting no more. I looked at it like, yeah.
None of it. Like the skills contest, the
you go, hold on.
rookie game, like none of it.
I think she should have shot from her. Stop it. She should have shot from the women's line. That would have been a fair contest. I still root for Sabrina. We all are rooting for Sabrina. No. This is not what she should have shot from the 3-point line that the women shoot from.
Why are you putting those boundaries on her?
That's not a boundary. That's what the game is.
She wanted to shoot.
They have a smaller ball, don't they?
She shot
not a boundary.
WNBA ball.
WNBA ball is smaller.
She shot with the WNBA
Yeah, but
ball.
she should have shot from the line. There's a women's tee in golf and there's a men's tee. For a reason.
No. Shooters shoot. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, but they shoot from where they shoot from. Thank you.
No.
Sabrina,
Good job, Sabrina.
No, but
Don't let any man put boundaries on you like him is.
well, then give him a regular ball then.
Don't let
give him
any
the same
man
ball.
put boundaries on you.
Give him a regular ball then. It's not fair.
Curry
I disagree.
made 8 of the 9 money balls.
Yeah.
Kenny was toasted.
I don't think
Kenny was on his dial limit, but
he
it's more than that. Like the dunk contest, he was wilding.
I don't think he said anything wrong though.
Yeah, and
I
I feel
didn't
like
hear
he
it
was kind of like trying to come to her defense because he said he was rooting for her, so he was like, "Well, put her where she's more comfortable at." I don't think that he was
Well,
saying
people
it
are-
as like a slight or.
I guess what people were saying was like, this should be like, it's clear that the NBA is trying to put the WNBA on, and
Keep dragging this losing
dragging
entity, man. Let that shit go.
you said let it go. I just think it's not that the WNBA is bad. It's just that it doesn't matter how many men root for it. If women are not,
Women don't support it.
if women ain't supporting it,
It ain't
what are
gonna
we
fly.
talking about?
They do have a very small demographic of support.
Yeah,
For women.
studs and men.
Pretty much.
Hey, and
But
Yeah, I've only gone to one game. Yeah, it wasn't.
I try. With the Aces, I
was
try.
studs and
I done
men.
went to a few Aces games. I try, bro, but it be all. I went to the All-Star game for WNBA. It was all studs in there, but they was bad looking though, man.
It'd be a few that slipped through the crack.
Yeah, they was kind of fine. I was like, you was a woman.
I might take this peg.
yeah,
I
you
might
know,
take this peg.
What's my girl?
Oh, no,
what's my
that's
girl's
wild.
name? That was in
No, I ain't taking it. What you say?
He said you might take this peg.
Oh,
and he
hell
said,
no.
What's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Australia? The
Hell no.
Australian player that played for the Spark. I mean, for the
Talking about Liz?
Liz
that was
and the one that Dwight Howard married were probably the best things to ever happen to the game.
Liz?
Liz brought more sexual appeal to the game. Damn, that
What?
sounds crazy.
Are you kidding me?
Boy, you seen her out there gang? Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god, yeah. I mean, she was out there struggling, but I mean, she bought a commercial. I mean, there's so
No.
many,
What
there's
about
only
Skylar,
so many
what about
studs.
Skylar
in the-
Diggins? Skylar Diggins part.
No,
Yeah.
she's beautiful, but she didn't have the eyes on her like Liz did.
Are you kidding me?
Liz was promoting like a sexiness about
Liz was on some.
Because she literally had an OnlyFans. Like
No,
I'm
but I'm
literally
saying
naked.
the appeal that she had, the appeal that she has, brought more eyes to the game.
Liz didn't have no appeal.
She did.
What?
She was a looker.
If anybody brought sex appeal to the game, it was Skylar Diggins.
No,
And-
no, I'm-
And Lil Wayne, by proxy of Lil Wayne.
Are you? I think you're not understand. You're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying Liz is a star and was a star on the internet, and she had other shit going on to where she played basketball. It brought more eyes to the game.
Because of her outside venture.
Yes.
Okay.
Because because motherfuckers didn't like her.
She sucked.
Regardless, it still brought eyes to the game in ways that we hadn't seen since probably Brittany Griner.
So they need to bring Taylor Swift to the
Yeah,
WNBA.
that's what
they
what they
need.
need to
Man,
Real
do.
that
shit.
would be a miracle. Like,
They need to take
my girl is the greatest WNBA player ever.
Diana Taurasi.
Brings zero appeal. Ain't nobody tuning
She's a
in to
stud.
watch Diana Taurasi.
They need a sexy woman.
That was Liz.
No, it was not.
That
Somebody.
was Liz and Tia Cooper when
No.
during her height when people were on her and then they found out she was married to Dwight Howard.
Nobody was
like,
on Tia
yeah.
Cooper like that.
What?
Now, unfortunately, the person who I think might have the drive to put the WNBA in position is Caitlin Clark.
Boy, she finna get in the league and they finna tear her motherfucking. I know they are.
Yeah.
She's gonna put her eyes on the league though.
Yes, she is. But you know what? I thought old girl was going to do that, and it didn't. It didn't cross
Who?
over. The one that Steph went against, Inchiku, whatever the fuck her name is.
Ian Oscar,
Yeah, cause she had the Kobe. She had the Kobe.
cosign,
She had the
Cosign,
Kobe cosign and all that, and then she get to the league, and it's kind of like,
and she's in New York.
huh?
They need Caitlin in LA.
They need to put a transgender on each team. Do one on each team. You don't say which one it is,
They already said Brittany Griner.
and let them
is.
duke it out. So, so we got to figure out which one it is, and just let them duke it out, and they can get dunked on. Lower the rim to 9 feet, and just let them go to town. It'll be interesting to watch.
From a technical standpoint and from like just skills, the WNBA is far more superior than the NBA.
They got the
But
basics
it
locked down.
is fucking
boring.
boring.
It's not entertaining.
My God,
It's boring. The ball don't help.
Jesus
I hate seeing that. I
Christ!
hate seeing that creamsicle ball. Shit is an eyesore.
Just offered the best suggestion.
What?
I just offered the best suggestion. Did you get the alphabet people in the community supporting it even more?
They already be there.
Yeah, that's true, but it'll be more interesting. You want to see a woman get dunked on by this 7'2" woman?
Nah, man, you fucking
Y'all for or against lowering the rims?
I'm for it.
I'm not for it.
Me neither.
Why?
That's handicap, man.
They ball is already smaller. If you're gonna do one handicap, you might as well push it to a second
I
one.
think it's the game itself, and I don't know. Like, it's a lot of titties on the court, so like I don't know how fast you can run because everybody, women have breasts and shit, but like the game has to.
They be strapping them down though.
But
They be putting, like, three
the
sports
game
bras
needs
on.
to speed up. Like the game needs to speed up. I'm starting to understand why the NBA like implements things like they do.
They're trying to help them out because they're going out of business.
Yeah, but the WNBA is the speed of the game is slow.
It looks slow on
the
TV.
fastest team in the league is slow as fuck. Like goddamn. And then the only person that brought any type of street to the game was what was my girl name?
Asia Wilson.
No, they used to call her like the female
goat.
Allen Iverson.
That's
Fuck.
Who?
She had tattoos everywhere.
Simone Augustus?
No.
Y'all know a lot of WNBA players' names.
I used to really like Lindsay Whalen. What was my girl? She played for the Sparks for a little minute. She went to New York. She had tattoos everywhere.
Penny Toller? You're talking about Penny Toller, are you?
No,
Damn.
I can't think of her name, man. She played alongside Diana Taurasi for a minute.
That's crazy.
Had a nice pull-up mid-range jumper. But then they lost shit. I think she probably would have been the most decorated.
Maya Moore?
Maya Moore.
Maya Moore could have been the
Yeah,
one, but
she could have been the one.
She got a different calling in her life.
Yeah. I thought she would have came back, though, after that happened. Like, after she got her, she got him out.
Are they still together?
Yeah, they got married.
Oh, that's what's up.
And I thought she would have came back. Because she had what? She had 4? Like, immediately.
4 kids?
No, 4 rings.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Immediately. And then was like, my calling is, she wanted to help get...
Her husband out of prison?
No, that wasn't her husband at first. She was just trying to... She said her
reform
calling was
project.
prison reform and trying to get innocent people out of prison.
Yeah.
And then, I guess, that first one was like,
Yup.
let me go in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that prison,
Yeah,
that
like
prison
that
did
down
hit
real
me
quick.
before I
Yeah.
understand.
Let me-
Yeah.
Let me wrap my hands
Fucked her
around
right on up out the league.
Yeah. But
They don't have no
man,
stars.
they gotta. I don't know.
Caitlin Clark, I think Caitlin. If Caitlin Clark can't do it,
I think Caitlin Clark can do it. And
Asia.
no,
She's the star.
I think it's gonna be Caitlin Clark. But what's gonna happen is if and when she comes, they're gonna beat the fuck out of her. I think there's a lot of resentment when it comes to what she's doing.
She built for it.
We're
She
gonna
gonna have
find
to be.
out.
she gonna have to be
Yep.
I think
What
that's
is
part of
she
the reason
doing?
why What's her name didn't want to come. To be honest with you.
Angel Reese.
Yep.
But she was a sophomore now, ain't she?
Nah, junior. She's a junior.
But she's
She's automatically the bad guy though.
Yeah, that's true.
So hopefully because I think the WNBA, I think you have to do 4 years. I think they have like that graduation requirement, or you have to do 4 years.
I don't blame them.
They try to save money here.
So hopefully they let Angel Reese go at the same time, so they can kind of create a Magic Birds dynamic between the two of them. That's what y'all need. And Caitlin, I believe Caitlin Clark is one of the only ones who's coming into the WNBA with a fan base. Maybe Candace Parker did, Shamika Holtzclaw did, but
Not on this level.
yeah.
And then you know what's so crazy is that for the WNBA to be so bad, it's one of the hardest leagues to get into. They be gone. They get in and a lot of them don't make it, and a lot of them get to the league and be out in a year because it's not a lot of spots.
They say that the pay is really bad though too in the WNBA. Like a lot of them make more money overseas
do.
Yeah,
than
they
they
do.
do over here. So it's like for what?
Yeah,
What is
but
the incentive?
I was told the money is good, but everybody's not built for
It's
that
the percentage
overseas grind.
revenue.
Overseas is different.
I see a lot of people saying that overseas grind is just the lifestyle. Like they get paid more, but it is.
Well,
Ooh.
the women and the men are different. Like the NBA, obviously is a different payday than playing overseas. But like, yeah, I know people who've gone overseas, and it's like, yeah, nah, that ain't it. It's not it. It's my homeboy was like, yeah, they had 2 days.
Damn.
Niggas was like throwing batteries on the court, like shit. Like you hear about shit like that, like it's
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I
nah,
never want to get to that point, man.
yeah.
When they killed that, I never remember, man. That 30 for 30, man. They killed that soccer player for kicking the ball into the
yeah.
wrong fucking.
I seen
Oh,
that
that's
one.
different.
Assassinated him for.
Soccer.
He was the star,
cartel. You fucking with cartel money.
the star
Go on,
football player.
You
Well,
prob-
soccer, football, the star, and he made one mistake and kicked the ball into the
You probably cost the cartel some money.
nigga. They shot that nigga right out. What that was at a club or something? Killed him in the parking lot. Damn. God damn, I never want to fucking be involved with a sport like that.
And that's why our baby can't play soccer. No, I'm just kidding.
No, soccer good though.
Yeah,
My
for
niece,
fundamentals.
my niece, she plays for Team USA. I don't know why I keep doing that. My niece plays for Team USA, and she was in France this summer. I think she just came back from Guatemala.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
And
nice.
she's 14.
Did y'all
Wow.
did y'all see the Chris Brown shit?
I call
Yes.
bullshit.
Yeah.
You got bullshit?
Yeah, I call bullshit.
On whose part?
On Ruffles. I don't think they probably asked him at all.
You think Ruffles asked him to participate?
Uh-huh.
He showed the email.
He showed the emails.
Oh. I didn't see that part.
We showed the email.
I feel like somebody sent Chris Brown an email for an invite. Somebody else did their due diligence. It was like, nah, we can't have this. He was just saying, was it what? It was just recently. Was it a war or some shit? I'm from Bompton.
Bompton Briss.
He said, I'm from Bompton. I don't. Some shit he said. This was recently.
This is
He has the court case overseas when he hit somebody in the UK and was supposed to go to court for it. He skipped out and ain't been back since. I think, unfortunately for my brother, there is a different side of being potentially the greatest ever. And while there's others that have done things similar and probably worse than he has, none of them are shared the platform that he has.
I'm going to give you some pushback on that. Don't judge me.
Oh.
I was listening to the Suge Knight podcast this morning.
Jesus.
And he made a good point. Dr. Dre got an Image Award, and he's the greatest producer of all time. How
Yes.
come people overlook his domestic violence past that he has,
is
but they don't never overlook Chris'
prevalent.
incident?
The person he
They
did it
beating
to,
bitches up.
the person he did it to, is one of the rare instances where the person you did it to is or as great as you are.
So
Great her. She's great her.
that one person that Chris did it to is bigger than the countless of charges that Dre had.
What-
Allegedly.
If Dre
What
had
I'm
beat
saying,
Oprah's ass,
Dre
this would be-
beat
this would
what
be a
was her?
different conversation.
I'm not trying
Yeah.
to, and I'm not trying to
Debunk.
slide.
Right.
I'm not
Debunk.
trying to. I'm not trying to say the sister is not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
not worth any type of justice. But who Dre did that to was a small time VJ. Is
But
it
that
VJ,
wasn't
right?
the only. That wasn't the only.
It
one.
wasn't.
Yeah,
But
two.
you're talking about Michelet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of
The weight of the women that was involved is different.
the beating wasn't.
Yeah.
Which
And we didn't see it. Like we can
We saw the pictures of
You can
Rihanna.
pull up Rihanna's face right,
Right
now
now.
as a reminder.
yeah.
Jesus. It's
It's unfortunate though that that's how we like if we are
what year
gonna,
was that? Keep
what-
going. Keep going.
if we're gonna hold
7, 8?
people accountable, it's like it should be by the same standard.
Absolutely.
And I know that it's unrealistic to look at it that way, but it really should be that way. Like if you are a woman beater, we know that you are continuously violent when it comes towards women. Why aren't you being held accountable at every no matter how long ago? Because he was a teenager when this happened. So it's
09.
just like
This happened in 09.
February
So
09.
okay, so I'm a Spurs fan, right?
Mhm.
I'm a Spurs fan. You know, Tony Parker was almost taken out of the league because he almost lost his eye.
Yes.
This is 2012. Chris Brown and Drake were fighting in a club.
Yes.
One of them threw a bottle, hit Tony Parker in the eye.
Oh, shit.
Glass almost took his eye out.
Damn.
This is 3 years later. What was the year where he had an interview or some shit and he threw the chair out the window?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Did he try to fight Usher at the skating rink
It's
not
like
too long ago?
it just keeps happening. It keeps happening. Not only does it keep happening, again, Rihanna is still out there. You know what I mean? Like she's out there, she's flourishing, she's pregnant. And every time somebody sees her face, unfortunately, they're gonna be like, Chris, beat on, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't even like a beat on her. Regardless of what happened in that car, there are photos that you can pull up.
It's excessive.
Yeah.
But you ain't even like swell the cheeks. Like
Yeah, he
you
whooped her
fucked
ass.
her up. Like that's resentment.
Yes. That's going to carry through some people for the rest of his life, unfortunately. But like you said, he doesn't do himself any favors. Like
No.
he's still being angry.
there's
Yeah.
I think there's an active situation with him and Karuchi where she's filed
Oh,
for
I forgot about that one.
for a
Jesus
restraining order. Like
Christ.
that's today. So you haven't done your the next public relationship you got into. This is how it ended.
Yeah, that you've been violent with women.
So from my understanding, he hit his mom or something like that.
You think his music hasn't overshadowed the scandal?
No, he's only had two great albums to me. I thoroughly enjoy Breezy, to be honest, but it didn't do mainstream numbers. So no, talent. He has all the talent in the world, all of it. He had the talent to be the best.
Yes.
But what you're doing away from music is going to continually take away from it.
Like you bumped in breast. Like
Your dog's named Damu.
Virginia.
bro.
Your dog's named Damu. I just watched the funny Marco thing came out in January. You're constantly reminding us that you haven't separated yourself from.
Yeah.
And this wasn't even something you were born into.
Virginia,
you moved here and became a blood. Like, what are you doing? You chose this after you became famous.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? And you haven't separated yourself from it. Like, who else that we know of is that's constantly a part of their identity other than Snoop?
Lil Wayne.
What do you mean? That what do you mean?
Like, your gang affiliation is a part of your identity.
Lil Wayne.
The game.
Rappers. We're talking about rappers.
None of them are
You
on
do-
none of them are on the platform, regardless of his troubles. None of them are on the platform that Chris has.
That's true.
Wayne?
No. Over Chris? Nah.
Boy, yeah.
I just wonder, like, why would he want that to be associated with him?
I'd
Like, so
argue
badly?
that Chris is
It's,
more popular than Snoop.
No.
We're not gonna do that.
No.
From a rapping standpoint, I think Snoop is the most known. But when we talk about a global
Popularity?
superstar, I don't think it gets more than Chris.
I think you putting 20 on 10. I'm not saying he has cult following. I'm not saying he has a cult following. But
Snoop transcends
Chris
generations.
might be.
Dwayne does too.
Chris might be. But he gets off because of his potential. But that man still is very, very known.
Lil Wayne ain't?
Snoop ain't more known than Chris Brown.
Yes, Snoop is.
Snoop is.
He absolutely is.
He got old white women fucking with him. Martha Stewart.
Snoop is a whole different level. He's an icon.
Snoop has 84.5 million followers on
Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay.
Okay.
Guess
So,
how many Chris got?
How many?
I'm asking you.
100.
95?
How many Will Smith has?
145 million.
which is
He's-
unfortunate that has that such a huge following and he still is like
He active.
fantasizing over gang culture.
He
Like
active.
you should kind of like let that go because you don't need it. Because what is it for? Does it prove your masculinity?
Yeah.
Like is it like a substitute for something? Because what is that about?
And I think the difference between those entities we're talking about is once Snoop gets off the mic, once Snoop is not performing, he's not crip. Once
he is.
No, he's not.
is.
No, he's
Bullshit.
not.
He's crib.
There's no part of Snoop's career where you never thought
and Drew down.
he took down. Snoop cripping as a grandfather. Snoop cripping with Martha Stewart.
No.
Snoop cripping in everything that
He
he
has
does.
that is part of his. That is
That's
part
his
of
persona.
Yes,
That's just who he is.
his
I don't
brand
agree.
is weed and cripping.
I don't agree.
You've never seen Snoop not saying cuz.
You've never seen Snoop turn down the cripping. Just like you never, even if it's an act or if it's real or whatever, you've never seen Snoop not be a crip. Anything that he did, he incorporated cripping into it.
I don't agree.
Bones,
I don't agree.
the wash, everything is some form of cripping Snoop's gonna do. That's what makes Snoop more authentic. That's how you know I don't think it's an act. He just matured in that aspect of his life. But he never took it down like Sukiyana when old boy.
I'm not saying he disassociates himself from it. I'm just saying when you see him outside of his music, you don't see. To me, I don't see it anyway. Where Snoop is like he's super crippin'. I'm saying that's
he may not be super. He'll tone it down, but it's still elements of that there.
okay. So this is not what you know me for as being a crip on the mic, right? But I have a completely different persona outside of this. I'm not running to at 50 years old. I'm not
No,
running
of
to
course not.
associate myself with crippin'. Is it who I am? Yes. but I'm not running to associate myself with it.
I think Chris don't have nothing. I mean, Snoop don't have nothing to prove by doing that.
Okay.
He's already proved.
So
that.
why when I'm not being an entertainer, why am I running to associate myself with?
Maybe that's the only family Chris feel like that he has.
That's a problem. That's a problem. But I'm making sure to associate myself with this. So you're never going to disassociate yourself from certain aspects of who we believe you to be, because you're making sure I associate myself with this every chance I get. In the public perception, the Bloods are a violent street gang. Even though I'm an R&B artist, I'm making sure I associate myself with a violent street gang every chance I get.
I think the difference in it is Snoop did a masterful job at commercializing Crippin'. So when Snoop does it, it doesn't feel threatening. It's like a cool thing. He cool Crippin'.
Okay.
When Briss does it,
I'm beating bitches up.
oh my God.
I'm doing this because I'm beating bitches. Briss Brown beating bitches.
Yeah, he say his hands bisexual.
All
B's, huh?
All B's over here, baby.
His hands are bisexual. The bitches and the niggas getting it.
Briss Brown beating bitches, blood.
So I think that's the difference is when Chris does it, it comes off like real threatening. But even then, I think what he's associated with, the people he have around him, I think that is continuously holding him down. This is, and it's honestly not the first time this has happened. What we had I think Nike dropped him. I think Nike had dropped him. He was before. What was he? Was it the Grammys? He's supposed to do the Michael Jackson tribute.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
it's supposed to be him and Sierra, right?
Him and was it?
I thought it was him and Sierra.
Was it? I thought it was Tiana Taylor.
And there's this thing going around that is saying that, I don't know why they get so much heat, but Jay and Rock Nation has a lot to do with what's happening to him, because Rihanna is a Rock Nation artist and was rumored to have been
messing with Jay-Z. That's like a...
She was Becky with the bad hair.
Becky with the bad hair is
No, I'm just playing. But there was
We're a comedy podcast.
No, but during was it the Umbrellas era where they was like rumored to have like a, and so they were saying like that is the reason why like
that's
all
another
this
nigga
stuff.
that's got away with a lot of shit on the slip.
A whole lot
Who,
of
Hove?
shit.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Talk about King Hove like
Bro,
this.
hold up. We sat here. Me and Ivan was talking about it. We sat here in front of the TV in our Twitter streams.
Mm-hmm.
Sat here and was just in love with his speech. This entire time, he is marketing and promoting for his wife's songs.
Hey,
Fucking beautiful.
genius.
I'm like, why the fuck does she have a blonde wig on with fucking Louis Vuitton cowboy shit on?
Capture the moment,
what
baby.
the fuck is she? And she just, this isn't a, she's standing there.
Capture the moment.
And they just kept panning back to her, panning. I'm like, is this about Jay-Z or this about, I know he's bringing up his wife, but like.
Do he really care about the Grammys?
No.
So, fuck it. Let me go ahead and promote my wife's shit.
Has he ever won one?
And I think I was listening to Rory and Maul. I think Rory brought up this point. They said that it sounded like that award wasn't supposed to go to him, and he kind of freestyled it. They were saying that some people felt like it was supposed to actually go to Diddy, but because of the trouble he was in, they switched it up. So that's why.
To another black mogul.
But Jay and Rock Nation is pretty powerful.
Have Jay ever won a Grammy?
Yeah. Remember he was sipping Douce out of one.
For what? What did he win?
He
one
gave
for?
one to Blue for her sippy
He
cup.
got a few.
He got a few.
Yeah.
Beyonce has the most, but he has a few. Real quick before we get out, did y'all hear the songs?
The Beyonce song?
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately.
Jesus.
What's worse,
She was
that or
li-
Usher?
she was listening to him. She was listening to him during the Super Bowl. I said, "Yeah,
Oh wow.
this is bad. This is bad."
That's what I was going to say. Like, what do y'all think what is going to happen with this? Because I just, it sounds like Beyonce over a country track. Like, it just sounds like Beyonce singing over
Did
country.
you hear him, Esso?
I haven't heard him yet.
This single ladies with a banjo.
If
what it is.
I said if this was another artist, we'd be calling this pandering.
It is pandering.
It's pandering.
I don't think he's pandering.
Two things are going to happen, and I'm interested to see that they happen. Well, three things right now. Three. One, she's in a space right now where she doesn't have to give a fuck.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Two, we're about to see what happens when I do. Oh, what? Two, I feel like she made a LeBron move. I mentioned this when I feel like she made it. You remember when LeBron left to go to LA when the East was stacking up.
Okay.
He didn't have to go through the Milwaukees and the Celtics when they were good, shit like that. The Celtics of today. He didn't have to do none of that. Beyonce went to country when Taylor left. Taylor's now pop. So she made a great move, but we're about to see what happens when she's in a genre that she's, even though she grew up in Texas, that she's unfamiliar with. They're unfamiliar with her. So we're going to see if they respect the music as such. And three, we're going to see how much of this isolates her audience.
You don't think her?
Next on Dragon Ball Z. And then we're going to see, and then again, all her music has been of acquired taste. You can't say when it comes to the Grammys and Album of the Year, that has something that has to be like revered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if all your albums are of acquired taste.
I can't say all of them are. All of them are not acquired.
Even Lemonade was of a very acquired taste.
Lemonade.
I don't know what the fuck was it. It wasn't. It was like R&B.
Trap R&B.
So maybe the last couple.
She was rapping on the motherfucker.
The last few, yes. I can't say all of them were.
What the last album that you could say was
4.
that it wasn't the Beyonce album. Beyonce, which one came first? When she got in trouble for the rocket shit, and then
That was Beyonce.
which one came first? That one or 4?
4 came first, I think.
You know what? I don't think I've ever listened to Beyonce because Beyonce was the first.
think
No.
four came
Because
first.
before it happened, I think Beyonce was the first album that was released on Tidal exclusively.
I thought Jay-Z's was with Magna Carta.
No, I think that was Beyonce.
What, Magna
No,
Carta?
Magna Carta was a Sprint and Samsung. 444 was released exclusively on
I
Tidal.
don't remember.
Lemonade.
Yeah, 4 was in 2011. Beyonce was 2013.
Yeah, so Beyonce was the first album to be released exclusively on Tidal. Okay. So 4 was the last one where I was like, okay, she's in her arm. She this is R&B, this is pop. Like,
What about I'm Saucer Fierce?
boy, get that shit out of here. I'm not trying to.
I just feel like, what is she doing? Like, it just feels like she's coming out as a parody of a country artist, like with the cowboy boots, the big cowboy hat that we know that she would have never wore to the Grammys before. If somebody white came out and they was wearing like dashikis and stuff like that, we would be like, what? Like, really? Like, if
But
you
she's
know,
from
if Taylor
Texas,
Swift,
though. She's from
but
Texas.
still, I'm just saying, like, if Taylor Swift started dressing what we would consider quote unquote black,
Yeah.
we would be looking at her like, what the fuck are you
I
doing?
think she's in the Nicki Minaj box. Her and Nicki Minaj are in the boxes, right? And I feel like as great as Beyonce is, when she's paired up with the greats, she's bottom tier. And so Beyonce would win every R&B category there is.
Mm-hmm.
Nicki Minaj will win every rap category there is. At some point, you become bigger than that category. So now Nicki Minaj, they put Nicki Minaj in pop.
Mm-hmm.
They put Beyonce in pop, where now you got to go against the Taylor Swifts and et cetera, et cetera. Now y'all never winning.
Only because those artists are white.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the music. I know Taylor Swift is just a different animal. And then you
'Cause
have,
she's white.
you don't sell 1 million physical just because you white. Back to back, 1 million physical, not streaming.
What are the singles? Or what's the singles?
She re-released the
It's
album.
not. But Just because I don't listen to it and just because it's not something I'm familiar with doesn't mean it's not good. It's not.
The good music the good music I think you hear.
That's
So-
not true.
so
There's
Taylor
much
has a
shit
cult
out there that I
following?
don't know of. No, that's a global name, a real global name. She's up there with the Eltons, the Mikes, the U2s. She's up there. I think Beyonce is there too, but she's just bottom tier.
I get what you mean.
And so I think she's going into a genre where it may not be nobody there to. Taylor Swift is not making country music anymore, so it's possible that she may, she can take over in that category. She ain't doing it in pop right now. I don't think so. But shit, man, that was good, man. God damn, I could have kept going, man. I was very pod today. Yeah, man. Views from the 7 on Twitter, views from _7, Instagram, TikTok, views from the 7 on Facebook. You can find me at Just Call Me Spence. Where can they find? Oh man, happy birthday to Skinny, man.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Also, happy anniversary to us. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
As of
No
last week.
shit.
As of last week, it was 6 years.
Really?
6 years.
Man, we really got to do better at fucking
6
the
years.
small. We be knocking shit out, bro. We be knocking shit out, man. It's some shit that we have accomplished, and we just kind of be like,
Yeah.
That's a bunch.
so
Great
we
memories.
got to get better at
Just
that,
as a
man.
listener.
Man.
Yeah,
Gotta
man.
get better.
But
Gotta
yeah,
get back
we-
outside.
we got to
Appreciate y'all for rocking with us for 6
Ivan,
years.
Skinny.
Mm.
Yeah.
You can
Shout
catch-
out to everybody, man.
shout out to
Goddamn, shout out to
man.
everybody.
It's
6
been on,
fucking years.
6
man.
years is crazy.
Yeah.
You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram, Young Al Bundy, YUNG_Al_Bundy.
At Shayna _Candy. That's SHAYNA _KANDII. And that's everywhere.
I am S to the O on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, man. We up out of here. Peace.
Peace.